Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Rundown, where we talk about 2A news and conservative views. I will be your host today, Craig DeLuz, coming at you from the West Coast, the left coast, behind the Iron Curtain, otherwise known as the Sierras. But as we all know, I do not do this program by myself, and Mikey over there is giving me some sort of signal. I guess, yeah. What's up, man?
I'm looking at our homepage, Craig, with all the announcements on it, with all our titles.
Our homepage with all the announcements and all the titles.
All the, our regular page with our stories. That's all I see as our stories right now. I don't see you. I don't see you. I don't see me.
Oh, well, I can handle that right now. I'll handle that right now. Why don't you do me a favor? Go ahead and say hi to the folks.
Hey, this is coming to you live from the Arms Room Radio. No. That's it. That's yesterday's show. Sorry. Hey, welcome back to the Rundown. Mike Jaworski. The co-host with the most from the coast with the most here on the Rundown. 2A views, conservative news, and Craig, you look a lot like the butcher of Tehran, according to the picture I'm looking at.
Okay, so I got to be honest with you, bruh. I am a wee bit confused because I'm looking at it. I'm looking at the show live, and I'm looking at the backup thing that I'm sending to you, and I'm sending you the image. Excuse me. Tell you what, Mikey,
maybe my video's frozen. Why don't I do a refresh while you talk?
There you go. In fact, we'll do this. I'll go ahead and I'll give the quick shout out to our sponsors while you do our refresh. There you go. Gotta love live. All right, folks. Well, hey, let's go ahead and get into talking a little bit about our sponsors. We'll start with Hitman Industries. If you go to hitmanindustries.net, you will find the best in rifle and pistol caliber barrels available to you today. And once again, like I've said before, if you are a first responder and you've never purchased from them, you can get a discount. So check them out at hitmanindustries.net. Then we've got the California Republican Assembly, working to help elect conservatives at all levels of government, from school board all the way up to President of the United States. They were once referred to by President Ronald Reagan as a conscience of the Republican Party. Check them out at cragop.org. That's cragop.org. Check them out today. Then we've got Hog Holsters. If you're looking for a holster, maybe you're looking for a tactical holster, inside the waistband, outside the waistband, or concealed carry, whatever you're looking for, trust me, they have it for you. Just go to hogholsters.com, use the discount code The Rundown, all caps, no spaces, and you can get your Hog holster today. And then finally, we've got the folks over there at uscombatgear.com, the place to go to get all things tactical. Whatever outdoor gear you need, whatever you need. If you need a hat, if you need boots, if you need all things tactical except for the gun, you can find them at uscombatgear.com. All right, Becky, those are our sponsors. Did you have any luck? Okay, I don't even know if Mikey can even hear me now because he's not responding to anything. Oh, joy. Folks, you got to love this stuff. You got to love live programming. Well, anyway, tell you what. Let's go ahead and get into today's stories. All right, the butcher of Tehran is dead. That's right. The president of Tehran, of Iran, has passed away. When I say that, I mean the gentleman otherwise known as the butcher of Tehran. He died in a helicopter crash just recently, I guess yesterday. Let's go ahead and pull up the story here. All right, here, butcher of Tehran dead, but Raisi's legacy continues as Iran appoints acting president. It says here, Jerusalem, the late president of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Ibrahim Raisi, who died in a helicopter crash on Sunday, was a known quantity to the U.S. government because of his massacres of Iranian citizens. The Trump administration sanctioned Raisi for his role in carrying out the massacre of 5,000 Iranian political prisoners in 1988 and for his role in the clerical regime's slaughter of 1,500 demonstrators in 2019. I got to wonder, I'm looking at this thing here and I'm wondering, how is it that just now, How is it that just now this guy is being sanctioned? Why wasn't he ever sanctioned before? I'm trying to figure this out. But it looks like we might have Mike back here. So let's see. I don't know if he can see us, but let's see if we can see him. All right, Mike, how are we doing, sir? Are you able to see what's going down? Not only can Mike not see us, he cannot hear us, evidently. All right, well, Mike, I'm sorry, dude. I guess we're just going to be doing the program without you today. I don't know what to tell you, sir. All right. Anyway, let's get back over here to the story. Let's see here. I won't even put Nader, a Washington, D.C. expert on Iran's regime, told Fox News Digital that Rossi was one of the most evil men serving one of the most brutal regimes in existence today. The people of Iran will never forget his crimes. His death will present major challenges for the success for the succession to Khomeini. So now, basically, as the president, as the president of Iran, he basically was the second in line, shall we say. He was the next person up when it came to having access to, or the ability, or being a successor next in line. I'm probably kind of confused because I'm trying to both talk and see if Mike can see or hear me at the same time, and he's just, I don't know. I don't think he can hear me. I really don't think he can. So tell you what, Mike, if you're listening, if you're texting, I'm going to disconnect you. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create a whole new session. And I'm going to send you a new link. Let's try that. All right, here we go. That's right, folks. We're doing this over here. I'll show you this. Look, bam. So if you see this right here, over here is where I'm messaging Mike here on Facebook Messenger, literally messaging him live as we're trying to make this thing happen. So just so y'all know, I do apologize for the mix-up, for the challenge. But anyway, folks, this is a pretty big deal. I mean, this is actually a huge deal for us. One, understand that the issues that's going on right now with Hamas in Israel, that is, Hamas is basically, they're a placeholder for Iran. Iran is at the center of almost all of the terror activity that's taking place in the Middle East, and basically it's a proxy war. And the benefit here for us is now they're going to have to now figure out how they're going to replace their leadership. Don't have absolutely no idea what that's going to look like, but in the end, I don't know. I don't see how it can be a bad thing for us, but I think it's a good sign. It's a good sign that it shows that we are enacting some justice. All right. Once again, Mike, I see you. I do not know if you can see me or hear me. Mike, can you hear me? Nope. Done. He can't hear me. Anyway, folks, getting back on with the program, let's go over to it. Let's take a look at our next story. I apologize. I know I completely and utterly messed up that story because I'm trying to get Mike back on here, but it does not appear like it is going to be happening today. So let's check out, what is our next story? Oh, here we go. Update. We have an update in the New York versus Trump. For those of you who have been following this case, it's basically all bad. It is all bad for. It is going all bad for Mr. Bragg. I have no idea what exactly it is that he thinks. Well, I don't know what he was thinking when he started to do this. His one witness, the star witness that they have, has basically been exposed as a liar. I mean, not just a liar, but like a damn liar. Like someone who utterly and positively cannot be believed no matter what. No matter what, this dude is just off. There's absolutely positively no way that you can that he is to be believed. Here, let me pull it up here real quick. In fact, by the way, one of the things that they used to help discredit him was the fact that, well, let's just see. He actually stole money from the Trump organization, stealing tens of thousands from former president's business. It says here, former President Trump attorney Michael Cohen admitted in testimony Monday that he stole thousands of dollars from Trump organization by overstating how much he paid to paid a tech company that provided services for the Trump organization. Quote, "You stole from the Trump org, right?" Trump attorney Todd Blanche asked Cohen Wednesday morning. "Yes, sir," Cohen responded. The testimony stems from his comments last week when he detailed to the court that he and former Trump organization CFO Alan Weisselberg calculated a $420,000 payment for Cohen for his $130,000 payment to former pornography star Stormy Daniels. Cohen's repayment to Daniels came ahead of the 2016 election to quiet her claims of alleged affair with Trump in 2006. Now, I still don't understand why they are reporting it this. I don't understand why Fox News is reporting it this way. Because here's the deal, folks. It has nothing to do, absolutely positively nothing to do with him sleeping with somebody. It had nothing to do with that. What the case has to do with is the fact that it's basically a paperwork error, that he filed something as a legal expense as opposed to a campaign expense. And then they have to tie the fact that the only thing is they're trying to tie the fact that he made this payment, the payment in question was to Stormy Daniels, as a part of the campaign. And yet there's no way that they can prove it. They did not prove it. In fact, here's the funny part. So the funny part is that pretty much the prosecution has rested, and they never proved their case. And when I say they never proved their case, they never in order for all of these misdemeanors, because all of these are potentially misdemeanor crimes, right? All 31 of them. In order for them to be felonies, they have to be tied to a felony that he was trying to cover up. Well, guess what? They never identified the felony. They never pointed out what the crime was that Donald Trump was trying to hide. Yeah, this case is gone beyond bad for the prosecution. And in the end, I think that they are going to be, well, how shall we say? It's the worst part is this is the main thing. You thought he died in a helicopter crash? The word, I see here. Portia. So going back to the first story, Portia Stewart said, they're saying that, she's saying, Portia says, I thought he died in a helicopter crash. Somehow using the word kill will lead to a demand for a person or a group upon which retaliate or blame. The helicopter was an old, decrepit one. Well, I use the word killed because that's the word that was that's the one in the story. And he was killed when it crashed. I didn't say he was assassinated. If I had said he was assassinated, that'd be one thing. If I said that he were taken out, that would be another thing. But in this particular case, I think it's safe to say that I think we're okay saying he was killed. Kind of like if you're killed in a car crash, that doesn't necessarily mean that someone was responsible for killing you, right? It just meant you died as the result of. And in this particular case, he died as a result of the helicopter crash. Anyway, moving along to our next story. Let's see here. SCOTUS passes on Maryland AW ban, or Maryland's assault weapons ban. So this is both a story and a non-story. And once I have a chance to take a look to share it with you a little bit, then I'll explain to you why it is a quote-unquote non-story. So this is being reported by NBC News. It says here, Supreme Court rejects challenge to Maryland's assault weapon ban. The Supreme Court on Monday declined to hear a challenge. Declined to hear a. Okay, Mike, I can hear you now, and unfortunately I'm like getting a lot of feedback. I'm hearing myself. And Mike still can't hear me. Tell you what, I'm going to disconnect him. There you go. Now I won't get the feedback anymore. All right, here we go. Oh, let's see. Where was I? Where was I? Oh, here we go. Bam, Supreme Court. The Supreme Court on Monday declined to hear a challenge to a gun law in Maryland that bans assault-style weapons such as the AR-15 semi-automatic rifle, which has been used in various high-profile mass shootings. The decision not to hear the case for now leaves the ban in place in the state. Litigation over the ban and similar laws enacted by other states is ongoing, and likely the issue will return to the justices. The court has an appeal pending concerning a similar law in Indianapolis. And I think that right there is the reason why this is news, but it's not news. In essence, what we're seeing here is this case has basically been rejected because there's another case. There's probably another case that they want to hear instead of this one that they wish to rule on that will impact this one, but that isn't necessarily going to. Anyway, it's one that they would rather hear and rather rule on as opposed to this one. So yes, the Maryland assault weapon ban does stay in place for now, but trust me, it's not going to stay in place forever. And once again, I think that is a positive thing. That's a good thing for gun owners. At least there in Maryland. All right, we're moving through these pretty quick. One, because my voice is quickly on its way out, and two, because of all the technical difficulties. And once again, I appreciate your patience with us today. Poor Mikey here, he keeps trying to connect. And every time I connect him, you can't see him. Every time I try to connect him, here, well, hold on, let's pull it. Let's put him on. See, I know he's not going to be able to see, but he's not going to be able to see us. But we're going to be able to see him. And I just want y'all to know, Mike is not playing hooky. See, look, there it is. He's getting his work in right there. He's messaging me probably right now, trying to figure out what's going on. Poor Mikey. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know why you're not on, but you're not, and we're going to have to go on without you. Okay, next up. WAPO, the Washington Post, is urging universities to end DEI. Now, once again, this is another one that's a story, but not really a story. All right, let's go to it here real quick. And once again, being reported by Fox News, because I'm not going to pull up the commentary there at their website because, well, they charge money and I'm not giving them any of my money. It says here, the Washington Post editorial board suggested on Sunday that universities eliminate the diversity, equity, and inclusion DEI statements required for professors seeking employment because the statements often require candidates to anticipate the politics of the university faculty. Quote, the last thing academia or the country needs is another incentive for people to be insincere or dishonest, the board wrote. Whatever their original intent, the use of DEI statements has too often resulted in self-censorship or ideological policing. Potential university hires explain how they might advance DEI in their position at the university in these statements. Now, basically what this is, it's an oath of fealty. In other words, you're going to be down with the orthodoxy of diversity, equity, and inclusion. You are going to believe that all white people are racist. You are going to believe that all people of color, unless you happen to be Indian American, East Indian American, or Asian American, that you're all, because of their proximity to whiteness, They're not included as the victims in everything. Now, they still believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion in the concepts of it. What they just don't like is they don't want the quiet part said out loud. They don't want the universities to be saying it out loud. They want them to sneak it in. They want them to hide it. They want them to hire those folks. They want to hire the people who are the people who are going to be pushing the new cultural Marxism. But they're not interested in actually really having any real diversity there. I mean, any diversity of opinion there at the university. They are flat out not interested at all. And tell you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to check in on Mikey again real quick, see if Mikey can see us, hear us, and Mikey just checked out. So evidently he cannot see or hear us. So I don't know what to tell you, bro. Anyway, tell you what, let's just go ahead. We're going to go ahead to our parting shots, and then we're going to get on up out of here. Parting shots are brought to you by Hog Holsters. Just go to hogholster.com. Use the discount code, The Rundown, all caps, no spaces. Get your Hog Holster today. Lead story. Started off talking about the gentleman over in Iran. Iranian president asks manager of paradise where all the virgins are and if it'd be possible to turn the heat down. Oh, that's a fun one. All right, yeah. And then you guys are familiar with the conversation we talked about last week with Harrison Butker, the guy who went to a Catholic university graduation and said very Catholic things, and everyone hated him for it. Well, turns out Harrison Butker was late for practice again after spending the morning enslaving women and forcing them to wear handmade tail uniforms. Another lie being told by the left wing media. That's hilarious. By the way, just so y'all know, his jerseys right now, selling number one, even more so than Patrick Mahomes. That's right. And then for those of you who are interested in the fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, I'm very interested in this one because I want to see Jake Paul get knocked out. Got to root for the old man or the older guy. Anyway, says here Mike Tyson upset to discover Jake Paul fight contract includes no punching Jake Paul clause. That's funny. I did hear someone say that he's not allowed to knock him out. I don't know that that's true, but anyway, I just telling you what I heard. Anyway, folks, that brings us to the end of the show today. I apologize about all of the mix-up and all of that. We'll do our best to do better tomorrow. All that having been said, please make sure to visit Hitman Industries at hitmanindustries.net. Rifle and pistol caliber barrels available for you today. Then you've got the California Republican Assembly. If you want to be a part of California's future today, join CRA. Then we've got Hog Holsters. Just go to hogholsters.com. Use discount code The Rundown, all caps, no spaces, and get your Hog Holster today. And then finally, go to uscombatgear.com where you can get all things tactical but the gun. And with that, we're going to go ahead and call it a day and put an end to this shite show. That's pretty much what today's show's been. But anyway, I appreciate your patience. I appreciate you continuing to tune in. We'll be back tomorrow. Y'all take care. Have fun.